Hey, what's up guys? It's your man Daz. I'm joined by PetZergling. And this is the second semifinals of the MSL. It's between JangBi and Stork. We're starting off on Byzantium 2. And I'm really looking forward to this. This should be a great series. Both of these guys are excellent Protosses. Stork is the best or the second best PvPer in the world. And JangBi, even though his PvP stats aren't that great, he's been beating everybody except for Bisu. So I mean, it's just a question right now. How good is Stork's PvP right now? Is it at the same level as Bisu's? Because if it is, I mean, JangBi has just not been able to beat Bisu lately. There we can see his stats 8 and 9. But you have to keep in mind that JangBi's been playing the best possible competition in PvP. So I mean, he's got so many losses against Bisu, and he's been playing against guys like Cal, and he's been beating everybody. But you know, he's had some close series and he's lost to Bisu. So, I mean, I think this is going to be a really good series. It should be really close, and also just interesting to know.
I love his keyboard, man.
JangBi. Why? What's up with his keyboard?
You don't know what JangBi's keyboard looks like? See if you can notice it next time. What he does is, he bought two DT35s, one black and one white, and he ripped off half of his keyboard. Yeah, and he has it checkered. It looks really nice. I like it.
I don't think he actually did that himself. Well, see, look at that. Stork's PvP is 9. He's got 9 and 9 PvP stats in MSL. So those, like, don't look at those stats too much. Don't base them. Don't look at those too much. Like, his overall PvP stats are much better than that. I mean, he's an amazing PvP player. The same with JangBi. So I mean, this should be a really excellent PvP series. It should be really close. And personally, I'm gonna have to give Stork the slight edge. I think just in experience and just in the fact that his PvP is just so good and classically has been one of his best matchups. So I'm going to have to give him a slight edge in this one, but I think it could go either way, I think.
I don't know, man. I'm going to agree with you that it could go either way, but I actually took JangBi on the liquid bed, like I said before, and I think we're going to see a real close series, but Stork's been playing a lot of PvZ, and I'll sync this up real quick in 2, 1, 0, and I want to do a disclaimer just a little bit for you guys. Sorry, I am kind of sick and I'm kind of fucking tired. It's like 3:30 in the morning right now, and we just got done watching the first series of the Pro League Finals. So we want to. I mean,
it's really
there are no other English commentaries up right now, so we're probably going to be huge nerds to stay up late and get these up on YouTube anyway. But just want to let you guys know that it's kind of late, so probably not going to be yelling and screaming "Play Goo!" even though there's no Zergs. And yeah, so that's about it. But I think we're going to see a good series, and I agree with you for the point of Stork's experience. That's definitely going to be on his side, especially build orders too. I think JangBi is a stronger overall player. I think just for the fact that he's kind of a new up-and-coming guy, but he's winning. He's really fast. He has that multitasking ability that kind of got ushered with the new up-and-coming Protoss is really starting with Bisu. And I just want to sync this up. We got Stork. Stork is blue. Shut up. Yeah, Stork. We're syncing my knowledge with the viewer's knowledge. But yeah, Stork in the blue Protoss in the upper right, and JangBi in the purple Protoss in the upper left. So we're not going to see cross positions. I'm not too familiar with PvP, especially on Byzantium. I can't imagine we're going to see some sort of early expansion because it's going to be extremely difficult to defend. What do you think a good safe opening on a map like this is?
1 gate gas is really the way to go. I mean, 1 gate gas into 2 gate. You can't really 1 gate robo on this build on this map, because if you get contained below your ramp, you're fucked. You're out of the game. So yeah, we're gonna do a 1 gate gas into a 2nd gate goons, and then robo will be added later. I mean, it's pretty much not going to be too different from any other map, just because that's lately what the standard play has been. But for this map, like, we're not going to see any variations. The other good build on this map is DTs. DTs are really popular here, just because of the fact that no one is going to go 1 gate robo, especially if you if you kill the scouting pro. And well, that's really the main reason. I mean, your opponent's not going to go 1 gate robo, so if you can get the scouting probe out early, DTs are really popular. Also, DTs are good on ramp maps, especially if you can use the DT to just kind of keep him below his choke and take your expansion. That's really effective. So pretty much we're guaranteed to see either 2 gates or DTs. We're not going to see any quick Reaver tech. Although I imagine that both players will tech to Reaver eventually. I mean, it's just a super standard. I mean, once you get to the pro gamer level of control, it's almost always in your favor to have Reaver. Reavers could always pay off. Except recently we've seen the Bisu versus Best game. Bisu actually went pure Goon Robo without Goon Robo Ops without making any Reavers, and he actually crushed Best. But you just have to keep in mind that Best is garbage. Yeah, so you have to keep in mind that Best is a huge chump.
That might be a hint to the spoilers. We just watched the SKT game. But anyway, that's like me saying X build doesn't work because I won with Protoss with it on ahkbar. Like, Best just isn't a fair example. And as we see, we got Stork actually scouting incorrectly. He went bottom right, but he noticed JangBi scouting probe timing, and he sent his probe cross positions to the up left. But he did take 2 hits on his probe, and the Dragoon's already out for JangBi after a single Zealot, whereas Stork went 2 Zealots. And he's going to get that probe out of his base fairly quickly. He took a lot of damage, so he wasn't really able to run that around. And it looks like JangBi's probe is actually ushered out of Stork's base. So I think both players here are going to reveal their hands. I'm surprised not to see a second gateway out of either players. Both of them are kind of making some units and pushing up to their high ground. And wow, I think Stork proving you wrong there, going for a 1-gate robo. And what is JangBi doing? I think JangBi's going to expand here. This is crazy.
What if he does? It's a good move. It's a great move.
Well, do you really think this is a good move, though? Because Stork is going to have the second gateway out. And I don't know if JangBi is going to know. Do you think this is a really safe bet to go for an expansion on this man? But look at what JangBi is doing. This is brilliant. JangBi's moving his forces up, and he's making it look like he's going to pose an aggressive stance. And Stork probably assumes that JangBi's put down the second gateway and maybe even a third gateway or a citadel at this point. And so Stork's going to be in a defensive posture because he went for a 1-gate robo, when in reality, JangBi is on the defensive, but he's using these 2 lone Dragoons, but Stork almost doesn't want to push out. But Stork needs to figure out here that he needs to be on the aggressive, especially when that second gateway kicks in. And as we see JangBi, I don't know what he's doing with these 2 Dragoons. He's playing really ballsy here, but Stork is just kind of sitting there. Now Stork realizes, I think, that JangBi's only got 3 Dragoons. What is Stork doing? This is really strange here that Stork's just kind of staying back and taking so much damage.
Yeah, he should just attack, move, and keep going. I don't know why he's ever falling back. I mean, he has 2 Zealots more. If his Dragoons kept moving forward, what's the worst that can happen? He's not going to be able to. He's not going to get his Dragoons picked off. Oh wow! That's not good. That's not what you want. Oh, but now JangBi loses a Dragoon. But JangBi's killed 2 Dragoons for the price of his 1. So I mean, that's going perfectly. And yeah, I think this is a great move from JangBi because he's playing so aggressive and putting so much pressure on it. Stork's going to have no idea. And especially the fact that Stork went for... He didn't really go 1-gate robo because he put up the second gateway right away. But he went robo before gateway, which is definitely going to slow down his power. But what it is going to do is that if Stork is going to wait for 2 Reavers before attacking, which is probably what's going to happen, this is actually going to be in his favor that he did this as opposed to building the second gateway, because he's going to have his second Reaver out sooner. And that's going to make it harder for JangBi to defend. But as it is right now, it's mostly going to come down to control. Stork's going to have his Reavers out soon enough that he's not going to get completely overpowered by JangBi's 3-gate, and it's going to come down to control. If JangBi can get a good flank off, and I mean, if Stork even finds out that JangBi's expanded, I mean, right now he's still completely in the dark. He has no idea. I'm assuming he's going to scout soon and find out. You never know. Either way,
it surprised me. Look at JangBi's scouting probe. Yeah. JangBi's poking around. He's looking what Stork's doing, but Stork is really doesn't even care what JangBi's doing. Now that the shuttle's out, is moving forward. Wait, does he